Gonna let it jam out for a second. Play this intro song right here live, Beyond the Beats. We're on episode 11, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Sunday all around the world, wherever you're tuned into, right here on Swissbeatbox. This is the Swissbeatbox podcast. I'm just gonna let this jam out for a second. I really like this today. I'm having myself some fun, making sure that we're all tuned in, ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we are ready to go. Looks like this is working. Looks like I'm working. Come on. If you're having a good time out there already, make some noise. Ish. That's what I'm talking about. Well, we're right here live again, Beyond the Beats, episode 11. If you guys have any questions for Neil, make sure that you guys put it in the comments, and Maddox will sift through, find some of the best questions, and I will ask at the end of the show. But there's a lot of the show to get through, so sit back, relax, enjoy. My guest this week for week 11 is Neil Ray G. Llanes, a.k.a. Never Exit in Life, a.k.a. Beatbox Neil. Ladies and gentlemen, the man with the most viewed YouTube video, if it's beatboxing of all time, is right here live. Give it up one more time for Neil Llanes. Give it up. Come on.
Yeah. What's up, everyone?
That's right. How you doing, man? You feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good, bro. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for coming on. Are you ready to get into the show?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into this. Once again, Beyond the Beats, episode 11, the Swissbeatbox official podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. Esh. Right here live and direct on Swissbeatbox YouTube channel. People are already subscribed in. I see you got a lot of fans that are ready to go and watch, so thank you guys for tuning in. Spread this video around, and make sure when it's out, give it a thumbs up, leave some comments, and we'll go from there, because it's going to be a fun conversation with my friend Neil right here, all the way from the Philippines. He's up at 3 a.m. to talk to us, so thank you very much. How are you feeling, I guess, this morning?
Yeah, thanks, bro. So, yeah, I'm feeling excited, and 3 a.m. is nothing because, this is Beyond the Beats.
Yeah. That's what I like to say. Yes. Yes, that's what I like. All right. So, before I start off talking, I usually like to go and find a few quotes that you've said so far over your career. And I like a bunch of the quotes that you've said. I like one that you say is beatbox is medicine. I thought that was very powerful. And you do beatbox to inspire people. And one other thing that I think really stuck out to me was in your 2017 Grand Finals behind the scenes video, you said, "I know that my beatbox can touch lives, especially the kids, to forget about war, to forget about negativity around them, so they can acquire their skills, they will focus more on their passion, and they can able to make them earn money and help their families, especially their parents, and start living for their future." I thought that was a very powerful statement from you, and especially to put that out on Asia's Got Talent when you were at the height and had that moment to go and talk to everybody. And I really do appreciate that, because I feel the similar way that the idea behind beatboxing is to inspire people and make them, even if they don't want to necessarily pursue beatboxing, like take a minute out of their life and put a smile on their face. So I really do appreciate that. And yeah, man, thank you for saying that. So let's get started.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to have you on. It's crazy to see you live here, even though I'm in Canada. You're all the way in the Philippines, and we get to go and talk over this. It's amazing. And there's a lot of people watching, so let's get into the conversation. You said that you started beatboxing around the age of 12, and you found it by beatboxing in the washroom. So I was wondering, was there anybody, any video, anything that you saw beforehand? Did you know of beatboxing, or is it something that you just started making some noises and decided to go, you're going to try this out?
Yeah, a lot of questions are asked me this. So yeah, before I know beatboxing, when I was in our bathroom, I was taking a shower, and then our neighbor was playing a very loud music, the song of Michael Jackson, the Billie Jean. And then I was wondering what if I'll copy or mimic this beat using my mouth. So yeah, just the basic. It's not really perfect. And then the same day we go to my aunt's house, and I went to the computer and searched what did I did in the bathroom this morning. Oh, I think that's beatbox, like beatbox or beatbox. When I searched, I saw Joseph Polpo, and then the first beat it's the same. boom, and wow, and then the drop it like it's hot, and then that's how I um search beatboxing, and then I saw a lot of videos, including you, Korean effects, and everyone, Alem. Yeah,
So you started beatboxing before you even knew what it was, even knew what you were trying to think of, and you were just mimicking Billie Jean. And then when you come back from that, you guys go ahead to go and sit there and be like, "Oh, there's Joseph Popolo, and now I got to go and try to who else is beatboxing?" And you started searching out
yeah,
the
yeah,
scene right away.
yeah. That's exactly. And then I saw you and everyone, and because here in the Philippines, beatboxing is just like accompanying with a rap. So it's like book, 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 and then there's someone rapping. So then when I discovered the beatbox, that's how in the bathroom.
That's where a lot of people obviously still practice to this day. You can't get
Yeah,
better acoustics than sitting in a shower beatboxing. Shower beatboxers, I know you're out there and I know that you're doing it as well. I did it. I do it all
yeah,
the time still. The greatest it's the greatest sound that you can have in a washroom. And after you start beatboxing a little bit, pretty much right away, you start putting out videos on YouTube. And it was your sister that put out some videos for you where you have videos like quote unquote your beatbox Neil 1, 2, and 3 edition that you had that was on your
yeah,
sister's channel. And then you did a Christmas video already in 2012. You did a payphone cover with Tsubasa. You did a
yeah.
video with
Subas
him.
is my cousin. Yeah, he's half Japanese and half Filipino.
And
Yeah.
you started, but right away you started putting in your mind that you should put videos out. What was it that inspired you to start putting a video out of when you just first were starting?
At first, I just want to put some video on YouTube because I don't have really a channel, and that's on my brother's YouTube channel. Yeah,
Mm.
and then I just want people to see my talent, and then yeah, I feel so happy when they appreciate my talent. But at first, um, some of the people don't really relate, so that's why I keep on practicing. And yeah, negative, positive comment, it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's nice to see. I always like seeing where people started off and how much they've improved because you can see the improvement that you drastically get better from 2009, 2010, and you just keep on. There's a good timeline of videos that you put out there that you started actually getting more confidence with your beatboxing. So it's very nice to see the progression on the channels, and then you make your own channel as well.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Because I'm inspired because I really love doing beatboxing, and then every time I perform on stage, the people that watch me they really like the beatboxing because at that time, beatboxing is really like wow, this is unique. And then the beats that I'm using is all from an entertainment beat, uh, you know, so they love it. And then I keep on practicing not only for myself, I practice because of them, because I want to continue this the next years for the next years, and that's how I'll get inspired.
Absolutely, and I noticed that one of the first guys you ever started beatboxing with that I found was 2012 HCDC. You did human beatbox with your friend King YRA.
Yeah, yeah, it's a King era.
King Era. All right.
HCDC is our college school, but I started beatboxing when I was high school. I was a solo, and then when I get into the um, college, I find a friend, which is King, and this is also one of my best friends. And yeah, we're very close, and we, collaborate. We watch also the videos on Swissbeatbox, and yeah, I'm so happy right now.
Yeah, so you started beatboxing and performing in your high school, and then when you met King Era, then you start performing with him. Is he one of the first beatboxers that you met in person?
In our here in our city, there's a lot of beatboxer, but King Era is one of my friends that is real close in our college days. So yeah, after King, I met a lot of beatboxers also. We create a community here in our city, and it is one of the biggest community here in the Philippines, in Davao City.
Yeah, dub beatbox, right? DUB.
Yeah, yeah. Davao United Beatboxers.
Yeah, man, that was cool to see as well. Um, when did you actually, would you say, really start feeling confidence on stage? Because you can see again, like every beatboxer, when you first start beatboxing, just what was the reaction you were getting when you put out YouTube videos and you started performing from your friends and family? You said it that in some points, people were not really respecting you and not really supporting what you were doing for the beatbox. But when you were starting beatboxing and putting videos out and having actual shows and stuff, what was the reaction you got from friends and family?
Yeah, at first, a lot of them don't really, have a faith on me because beatboxing is just like a talent that is a simple talent. But for me, I have this, this goal. I want to practice and put some video, and then their comment, I just keep it just like my motivation to, continue what I love, and then yeah, and also the people every time I perform, I always think of them, especially those what I say about beatbox is a medicine I discovered because every time I perform, they forgot their problems even just for a minute because of what I did, perform and for entertainment. So that's how beatbox changed my life, and also I keep on practicing. Even my family, my father before, he told me that it's really, I don't have a future because it's there's so because my father's very overprotective, just he loved me so much. He told me that it's dangerous to go on that place, this place. I told him and my mother that just trust me. I want to continue this and I want to prove something. So then
Well,
now
you definitely have proved stuff. You've definitely proved yourself,
they're
man.
really proud, and they're really proud of their friends. This is my son, Neil.
So
Yeah,
I want to get into as well with talking about dub, because you started even again very early on, 2013. You were the runner up at the first ever Davos Beatbox battle versus Harold in the finals that you battled. So
yeah.
you got to the finals already in the first time that you ever got into a battle. Was that your first battle that you ever went to?
Yeah, that is a showcase actually. And then when we get to the top two, the decision was they want us to battle. And I'm not prepared because my style is on showcasing. So when we battled, Harold is a friend of mine. I just did my stuff, and then I lose, but it's okay. I enjoyed it.
Well, that's again though to come second place right off the start, and then you follow that up by winning the ultimate drop versus Gerald
Yeah,
Acre. And
I,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, so you go from second place, and then the next battle, which is even bigger, you end up winning. How did it feel to go and have a win under your belt to be the champion of beatboxing in 2013?
Yeah, when I heard there is coming a battle beatbox battle in the city, I prepared like for 1 month or 2 months. I watched in YouTube, and there's a lot of videos. I got some ideas on how to battle, and then that's my first beatbox battle. And yeah, I have an attitude now on stage, the eye to eye, and then I develop it, and I didn't expect that I will win against my brother Gerald. So yeah, that's really unforgettable.
And how did your friends and family react to that when once you got that success of 2013, you actually win a beatbox competition, so you can say I'm a champion now?
Yeah, their expectation was an opposite. Like, wow, you really prove yourself. And then yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I want to prove more. I want you to like say, wow, that's my cousin, that's my brother, that's my son, that's my classmate. Yeah. So yeah, I just love what I did, not for myself, but for everyone. They're really happy, bro.
And is there did you keep battling, or was that kind of your last battle that you did, or did you just take a step away because you were focused on performing?
Yeah. After that, I got like an invitation on school because and every time I perform at school, They really like my, my style on performing this, entertainment beatbox style. So yeah, I focus more on this style on, how to entertain people. But I still love watching battles. But for now, the heart is on how to entertain people because, I also travel because of this style. Yeah, and also meet some in a Swiss beatbox community. Yeah,
Absolutely. I find the same thing. It's an interesting world of battling. Battling is kind of just a world in its own. But then outside of that, you can have a full beatbox career. And you started right away again. You tried out for the Philippines Got Talent in 2010. Was the first time you
yeah.
ended up. That was the first time you tried out for it. And
I tried out on season 2. I failed. Yeah,
but
and then
then
I tried out again on season 3. I failed again. So
yes,
that
but
is
you.
Philippines Got Talent. Yeah, yeah, go, bro.
No, no, no. Sorry, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. But you tried out, and it's that that ability to come in and not succeed right away, but that persistence and trying again, and trying again. Because then you fast forward to 2014, and on Talent Dong Pinoy, I think you're
Yeah,
trying to say
that
2014.
talented Filipino. It's the biggest talent show in the Philippines. It's a long-running talent show in the Philippines. I I auditioned on that and I became the grand champion. It's nationwide talent search.
So in
Yeah,
2014 is when you end up winning that and becoming the grand champion. Now again,
yeah,
by 2014, so you've won a beatbox battle, you're starting to put out videos on YouTube, you are performing already rather, and you're getting some bigger performances, and then you end up winning this grand championship that's on
yeah,
TV and people see it. So by then, have you really at that point do you feel that started your path onto having this being a full-time career and being able to go and really push it?
yeah. After that, I realized that when you like doing what you love, what you pursue on your passion, you can really get that goal. And then, yeah, that's the time when I realized that beatboxing will be my career because, I love it. And the people love this, especially in the corporate world. They're really getting me on the events. So yeah, I realized that it's really on the path and I'm going straight to it.
Absolutely. But was that a moment too? Again, I keep on bringing it back to the idea because I went through something similar of when I started out beatboxing, not really having the most support from family members and some friends kind of being like, "Why are you making stupid noises?" type thing. But then you start doing more stuff and you start getting bigger shows and getting some stuff on TV, and they start being like, "Oh, this is something that they can take seriously." So it was a when I was looking up some of your stuff and trying to figure out kind of how your life went when you started out with beatboxing, I could see some similarities. So I just again, what was that with your father obviously being proud and family members being proud of you for winning that competition? How did it feel to get that again that from oh he went to a championship in 2013 and won, oh he went on the TV on the biggest program and won in the Philippines, like how did that feel just for you personally?
It's really, at first I really can't believe it because they're really now proud of me. They're so happy. And because I prayed for this, because this is not just a talent that comes in, it's like a God given talent. So I hone it, I, practice, and then I make my parents proud. For me, it's like I'm happy doing it every time I woke up. And then I think again on past back years, at first, this is just like a negative from them, but now they're really proud. So that's why I keep on doing it. Even there's a lot of like comparing a talent, like in battling style and entertainment style. But I just did, I also told Peponi about this that, bro, my style is really not on the same on Swiss beatbox. It's really technical. There's really, big sound. But he told me that no, no, bro, I love your art. It's really good, and even that's your style, it's an art and it's more professional. So yeah, I'm touched, and for me personally, I am more proud of myself because I practice what I love, and then yeah, beatbox is, you know, it's really really unbelievable.
And yeah, man, you've just been crushing it because moving forward from that, you ended up trying out for Asia's Got Talent, episode 4, and you end up this video becomes the biggest video for beatboxing with 113 million views currently.
Yeah,
And I bet you if I checked it right now from the time that I looked at it yesterday, it already have gained however many views. So that just blows up. You get 4 yeses from all the judges, all of them, and this is where you perform the 5 sounds all together, and you just that video is the one that really just blew up and must have made a huge impact on your career. So what was it, how hard of a decision was it after getting in and getting the 4 yeses and moving on to the next round to take a step back and say, no, I really need to go and finish my studies at Holy Cross College, where you ended up getting a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a major in marketing? How did that, like, how hard of a decision that must have been for you? And I just want to know what was going through your mind that made you decide I have to follow my studies and I can come back to this again afterwards.
yeah, that was like the most hardest part of my life because the passion of beatboxing, and I really love beatboxing, but also there's the studies that I need to finish. So for me, it's really hard because I am on that, on the computer laboratory in our school. When I checked the email from Asia's Got Talent, they told me that I am qualified and belong to the top 24 for the semifinals. So I am so happy, but at the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh no, I have still the studies and the exams. Even I can, ask permission that I can excuse for the exams and for the next. But for me, when I pursue on Asia's Got Talent, there will be, next stage, and then maybe I will forget about the studies, and I don't like that, bro. So I went to the church near in our school. I prayed that God will, um, give me a wisdom to balance, and then I decide to go the studies first, and then there's still next season on Asia's Got Talent. But after that, yeah, I back out on Asia's Got Talent. Even for me, it's really hard. I cried. I cried. Really, I cried because it's really, for me, it's a big opportunity. But I want to finish this degree first because after that, when I graduate and then I pursue this career, even I fall in this career, I still have this degree. So that's my mindset. And then I always told the youth, the kids that study first, and then after that you can also balance it with your passion. If you like dancing, singing, drawing, beatboxing, you can balance that because education, they can't take that away from you. That's what I want to say to them, bro. So it's really hard, but it's okay because after that back after I back out, that video aired on um YouTube and on AXN, and then on the 2 years that I'm studying, there's a lot of bookings that they request me to perform on their events, and also the Department of Tourism Philippines. They they invite me to be an ambassador to performing around the world. So that's how even I'm studying, I also go to a lot of places, and then I graduate, then I continue Asia's Got Talent. Yeah,
Man, that must have been a really hard decision. But again, you finished off your diploma, you graduated, and as you said, you get opportunities to go and do a bunch of different performances for corporate shows, big things, and it's more fun in the Philippines that the tourism
yeah,
of the Philippines got you to go and be a part of. You end up going all around the world with that, to like Madrid, Moscow, Stockholm,
yeah,
and all sorts of places. I can continue listing names here, but you go to all these different countries and get that experience. Now, again, that must have been just a blast to go and be part of that and represent your country and explore the world with your talent.
Yeah.
Is that something that you've continued with currently, or for after that, or is there stuff that you're still doing with the government of the Philippines and the tourism aspect?
Yeah. Until now, they're after that, after my college, after I perform on Asia's Got Talent, they're really, getting touch on me because a lot of foreigners, and every time we go to other country, they really love my style of beatboxing. Even in Moscow, and in Europe, and then the tourism, officials, they really like my style because I practice the language, how I introduce myself in French, in Russian, in Spanish. So they're shocked, wow, he can speak in these languages, but that's only the line, not fluently. So I can connect to the people, even they don't ask me to Neil, hey, practice this line. No, because I just want to like introduce myself to have a connection to the crowd. And yeah, it's really effective because they really like it.
Absolutely. That's something that I noticed with a lot of your performances. You give time to talk to the crowd and get them comfortable with your personality, and you can see how happy you are when you're performing before you even perform, and it's a very good way of interacting with your crowd. So you're not just all of a sudden head down beatboxing and no one's can
Yeah,
understand you. You talk to the crowd and kind of say your name and explain a little bit about what you're going to do, and then you beatbox, and it's been really nice to go and watch some of your performances because it's like the way you get the crowd on your side is definitely a very smart way about it.
yeah. Because I realized that when you go on stage, at first it's not my thing, but on because of my experience, I need to, like, at first I need to introduce my talent because majority of the people don't know this beatbox. Maybe they just like, what's that noise? No. There's a lot of serious people, and then when I explain it, and then I show them first the other side of beatboxing, the technical side, and we use this as battle in every battle. But there's also the other side of beatboxing, which is really not technical. The more they can make dance, forget their problems, and then the mood switch to wow. So that's how it's really
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, you said some of the advice that you gave in your shout out to the Beatbox All Star when asking about performing. You said when you're on the stage, you have to make sure that the audience is happy. Remember about who is in your audience. There's grandparents, sick people, sometimes kids, and everyone in different age brackets. So you got to go and think about how you can change their life through the beatboxing and make sure that they're happy. And that's something that a lot of people might not think about when you're battling necessarily, because battling is a totally different aspect. You're trying to beat your opponent, but to connect with an audience, like that's something that I think that you found out very early on how to go and connect with people, and I can see that in the way that you perform, and it's awesome to watch. And how did you start performing and immediately get that sense of self once performing?
you know it's really it's really hard to teach this aspect in beatboxing because there's a lot of aspiring beatboxers ask me how to perform on stage. No, I just told them perform the beatbox with your heart to connect the people, but I can't teach them how to have this charisma. So they need to gain the experience so they can realize that how this is how Neil is telling us. So yeah, it's really amazing that I can connect to the people using this kind of beatboxing style. Yeah, and also big shout out to the Beatbox All Star for questioning me that question, and I shared it to everyone how I age and make the lives, beatboxing different and their mindset about beatboxing. So yeah, it's really good.
Before I get into the next season of Asia's Got Talent, where well, I'll get to that in a second. Before we get to that, um, I saw that you were holding a guitar in some pictures, and I was wondering, did you take like guitar lessons and singing lessons and piano lessons, or just music class and drama class? Were you always charismatic and kind of performing before you found beatbox?
Yeah, at first, I love playing guitar because I'm really into music, but the voice on singing is really I'm not really gifted onto that. But Music, I really love music, and then rapping. But when I discover beatboxing, it's different, bro, because you can mix everything. Like you can do the guitar and beatbox, sing with beatbox, rap with beatbox. Yeah, it's different.
Did you find yourself before beatboxing? Were you already doing like playing guitar for people or singing for people or rapping for people? Because I know that you also did like going further, way further ahead, but you end up learning how to go and spit the whole Godzilla theme and doing it really fast by Eminem. Being able to go and spit like that's crazy. So were you always kind of a natural performer, you know, around the house with your family and charismatic and people were drawn to you even before beatboxing?
Because in here in the Philippines, we are really into this performing arts thing. Like every occasion in our house, in our home, we have this karaoke. So every time there's a celebration, there's a karaoke. We sing. Even Filipinos really don't have some, but there's a lot also. There's a good voice. We really like to sing, and then maybe because of my parents, my family's relatives, they really like to sing, and I was inspired also to sing. But I don't have that good voice, but really into performing. It develops me, and then yeah, I really it's amazing how this talent developed because of that history about this performing art thing, the talent. Yeah.
And would you at karaoke sessions, would you start when you started beatboxing, did you start beatboxing during those family times?
At first, no, because I really love singing only on what it trends because I am so young at that time, and I don't know how to um adjust the mic. But when I discovered beatbox, every time there's a karaoke now, they requested me, "Hey, it's Neil. Let's give them a sample." So I just uh, put the echo to zero because we don't have like a mixer. So just zero, and we have the speaker, and then boom, boom, wow. So yeah,
That's awesome, Ed. And then jumping back into the Asia's Got Talent stream where you went from making that hard decision and not moving on through the competition because you wanted to follow and graduate through your studies. 2017 comes around. You end up trying it out again, and you get a standing ovation. You had one of the main judges say that you could win this entire thing, and you got all three judges. And this is where you do six sounds because you want to go in one up. And you said when you're thinking about it to perform the next to go and make it a step up and a step up and a step up.
yeah,
And then again, to go back to the show, them to remember you, and then be like, okay, now I'm going to make it into the semifinals and I can actually pursue this.
yeah. Like what I said, it's really hard when I back out on the season one. But during that time, the duration, 2 years um, of traveling, gaining the experience, going out of the country, performing on stage, I I made some routines to perform and like a reserve that I can use when I join season two. So I I always put in my mind to practice this stuff. I need to create something that is different from season one. So yeah, when I came back, the first reaction of Angun because one of the judges because the judges was um new. The two judges were left because some of our schedules were conflict, and then yeah, she said that you look familiar. So
Yeah.
yeah, when I performed, oh yeah, and then they really find that the before audition was different now. Then when I get to the semifinals, I used that routine with the color red jacket.
Yes,
Yeah,
the fire, and you're
fire. So on season one, I made 5 different sounds. On season two, the judges audition 6, and then and on grand finals it's 10. But
10.
yeah, yeah. Coming back to season two, it's really a big thing for me because when I back out, I really it's my downfall. But at the same time, um, I got I always dream of coming back on Asia's Got Talent season two. I don't know why. I keep on dreaming that, oh, it's Asia's Got Talent season 2 and I'm performing on stage. Then when I woke up, oh, it's just a dream. That's why when they interview me on season 2, uh, I told them that, I was dreaming and I'm not dreaming now. I'm here. So when I came back on season 2, even I don't win this season, I'm still happy because, coming back, because my goal to, in Got Talent is to, to share the beatboxing, to share my passion, because, I in our country, the grand champion of this talent. So yeah, continuing to perform on stage on Asia's Got Talent on that time is really good thing for me. So and on the finals, I'm out of 9 finalists, I am the second runner up. So I really didn't expect that. So it's a big thing, and I'm for me it's mission accomplished on Asia's Got Talent. So yeah,
And,
that's really good.
and again, that must have the exposure that you must have got because you went through again. This your if you look at your track record of going and winning it at home, then getting through 24 and deciding to go and follow your studies, and then coming back and getting to the grand finals and end up third place. It's just it's amazing, man. You did very well, and the amount of impact that that video has and those videos that came out of that show had on so many people around the world that got to be exposed to beatboxing and know your routine and know how this routine, okay, you did this there, and they were inspired by you to beatbox. That's one thing that you've said in other interviews is just one of the best parts about the entire experience is getting those kids to go message you and people come up to you and say, I started beatboxing because I saw your video, and because they started. That's like one of the best feelings in the world to have someone come up and say that you're a reason that they're following a passion. And is that something that it still happens to this day? Obviously, people still must come up to you all the time and be like, "You're the guy who does," and they start trying to do it and saying,
Exactly. There's a lot of people. I'm still shocked even when I go out of the country. Say, you look familiar. I think I saw you on. And then at first I was like innocent. What? I don't know where. Can you guess? And then when I did, oh yeah, on Asia's Got Talent, you're the beatboxer. So yeah, I'm so happy because there's a lot of people recognize me, and I look to myself way back at the first time I performed on our bathroom and watching this video in internet. Now I'm the one that they're watching it on it. So for me, the fame, the the achievement that I got, I really don't put in my head because it's really bad to think that you're famous and you're like this. So yeah, I always think myself as I like them. So if I'm them and I'm their idol, them also, and even I say hi to them, it's really a big thing because for me, I've been there and this is really temporary. Um, this talent, when we die, we don't bring this to heaven. So yeah, memories, and we keep this doing it.
and I've seen videos now with you around the world, and specifically having a large group of beatboxers doing your beat. And it just that one video that you did at the All Stars where you start off by yourself and then you turn around and there's a whole group of beatboxers doing your beating and knowing it. How does that feel to go up and inspired so many beatboxers to start?
Yeah, at first the dub, the DUB, we just at first meet up, we are just only 5 members, and then when after I joined this Asia's Got Talent, the group getting bigger now, and then the other provinces of the Philippines getting bigger, and yeah, they're because of my video, they saw the Swissbeatbox, and they're inspired also to have a practice because there's kind of talent community, this beatbox community that it really focus on this talent in beatboxing. And yeah, regarding to that, uh, my signature beat, the ladies and gentlemen, I made that in my first we call this a town. We have a talent show, just a small town, and I don't know what to use on the introduction. So I just want to make a beat that introducing myself. My name is Neil, and then when I drop the bass, let's go. When I drop the bass, the hype is going up. So when I use that on Asia's Got Talent, when they heard that at the first, ladies and gentlemen of kids now is doing that. My name is Mark. My name is Scott, just like that. So they're doing that, and for me, I don't feel like, oh, he's using my routine. It's bad. No, for me, it's really good because, I inspire them, and really they're doing it, and yeah, they're really inspired. And I always told them, and when you got into my place or maybe higher to my what I achieved, always remember to keep your feet on the ground, remain humble, guys, because if your attitude is bad, even how good you are, you know, it's really you're bad if your attitude is really worse. Yeah.
Those are wise words, and it's always good to keep your feet on the ground, to actually be grounded and
Yeah.
not let it go to your head, because as you said, we're all people, and it's about pushing and inspiring people to try their best instead of being like, no, I'm the best, and all that. And that's something that I've also realized watching all your videos, the amount of people that you've brought up that are maybe not known, and all of a sudden you bring them into your videos for your YouTube channel that you have, which is, again, very much, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, he has a huge YouTube channel. And I've been loving seeing your videos, man. But you had you like even some of your first videos, you're, as I said, you're featuring your cousin in it, and then you're featuring some kids that you were teaching. You were teaching Miss Trisha's kids or something like this, and you start having more and more people that you're working with that are not having maybe as much attention, but you already are putting them on and doing videos with them. Like a guy named Harvey, 17 years old, you were doing a video with him, and I can keep on going on because you had so many different videos. I'm trying to find the one video where you had this 8-year-old kid. What's that video? You had an 8-year-old kid that that you brought up who has problems visually, but you brought him up and was just starting it out, and you start working with him, and he's doing your beat that he's your, he to you, and you get to sit down and you put that out on your channel. So it's really nice to see that you're as much talent and as successful as you were. You always had time for the kids. You always had time for people coming up to go and push them as well. That makes you want to go and really push other people to be successful.
Because inspiring people is really a big thing. Maybe you can change his life, her life, and what their situation, how hard life is. Inspiring them maybe on my story, on my talent, and also this and this beyond the beats, we can inspire more beatboxers, more people that there's a hope. There's a chance to dream. You can dream. It's free. So yeah, for inspiring people, especially the kids. Kids are really, there's a lot of imagination when we are still young. So yeah, inspiring them, giving them good message, really, triggers them to do more. So I always, doing my best, even I'm really not perfect. I'm always doing my best to be a good example, especially for the kids, because they're really looking up to me, and what I did is really a big thing for them. So yeah, on my channel, I put some kids, on some people, because some of them are really shy. They don't have a channel that is really big. So I'm doing my best to like collaborate with them and show them to the world that they have this talent, and they can watch it for the next few years. Next years they watch it again. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's a good thing for me, because really life is really is really short. So we need to like um spend the time for it, especially now on pandemic. We can see how life is really weak, it's really short. When we got this virus, it's done. So yeah, we need to spend time, inspire people. Yeah, that's it.
And one thing that I kind of think has come up a lot is when people start beatboxing, as it's just growing and growing and growing, and things like Swissbeatbox and different talents from around the world are pushing the scene, and I love seeing how it's growing. But one thing that I've noticed is a lot of people is they don't think it's possible to make a living out of it. They don't think it's possible to go and push themselves and actually continue it as a career. But something that you said on when you came back from your very first Asia's Got Talent for the second season, you said that you had made enough money to go and help buy your parents a house, and you were setting them up with land, and it's been your career for that. So what advice do you give for people on pushing that envelope, and how much is it, how available is that to be for somebody if they were to really practice hard, really put in the hours, learn how to perform? What do you think is it for people? Why do they have a hard time thinking it's possible to make it a full-time career and be successful?
Yeah. Thanks for that question, bro. I would just want to share this because it's really a big thing. Because before, we don't have really a permanent home with my family. We are four in the family: me, my brother, my father, and my mother. But my brother lives in my grandmother, so I am only the child in our home. So the, I was motivated to pursue this career. And when I joined the Talented Filipino, the grand prize on that is 1 million pesos. So enough to buy house and lot in the next island here in our city. The next island is like 5 minutes. So there's a lot there. I bought some lot and house, and yeah, I always am thankful because I buy that house, and for my family, they're really proud. Yeah. So what can I say to them about this career? You know, just continue this talent, especially in beatboxing, because it's really good thing when you follow your passion, what you love, and then the next thing is just the payment, the talent fees, performance fees. It's just the reward. So when you love what you're doing, you know, the rewards, the money just follows. So if you do this for money, and maybe that's the other story. So first, love your talent, and then money will follow. So that's it.
And do you give many speeches to I see you doing a lot of school shows, and you teach kids how to beatbox, and you obviously are doing corporate shows, and you're doing big shows just as a performer yourself. But do you give a lot of speeches about inspiring people and trying to get them to pursue something that makes them happy, that doesn't hurt people, and to go and try their best at it? Is that something that you do often?
Um, some of my my events, I really like a short minute. I want to like inspire people by saying this, inspiring them about my talent. That at first is like this, and then I got this. So just short minute. I just tell them that you know be hopeful that there's a talent that you have. Maybe not in beatboxing, you can pursue that. Especially when I perform in school, I always um share my story about when I joined Asia's Got Talent. I back out because of the studies. So with that short minute, I inspire them. Like, wow, we can like manage the time in school and in our talent. Yeah, there's a part, not a big part, but because they some of the corporate events hired me to perform, not to like speak and inspire. But
Yeah.
it's a good thing to inspire people with my story, and in the middle, I forgot I need to perform, and then yeah, continue beatboxing.
And you've been successful performing around the world, getting all opportunities. More than 20 or 30 countries now you've visited and had the opportunities to
Uh,
go and perform in. And is there any country that you think back that you really want to go to? Is there a country that you haven't performed in that you're like, I really want to perform in this country
yeah,
here?
sure. Yeah, in Asia, I've been to Taiwan, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Korea, Japan, and in Scandinavian countries, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, in Europe, Germany, Spain. France, Kazakhstan, Turkey. But there's on the other side in Canada. I've never been to Canada. I want to go there because there's a lot of overseas Filipino workers also there, and also in United States. I want to go there to perform because it's not it's not hard to speak in English, unlike in Russian. I will study first their language, and then I can introduce myself in Russian. But when I will go to Canada or US, I will not getting hard to practice my introduction.
Well, I'd be happy to see you in North America. If you ever came to Canada and ended up in Toronto, you got a friend in here that you can go and show you around.
Thanks, bro. I'm excited. Maybe soon. Yeah.
Relative normalcy. We'll see what happens with your bookings, and we'll see how that's going. And I was gonna say another thing that I noticed that you did is you not only use your beatboxing to inspire people, but you also you've done stuff where you performed and did a video for Mayor Rodrigo Duarte,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where you did that, and excuse me, you got to do a show in front of like 95,000 people and did this big show for him,
Yeah.
and you did a video for him afterwards. What made you feel like you needed to support him in the political side of things in your country? Was there a reason that you liked this candidate so much, this mayor?
Yeah, because in our city he's the mayor, and even he's like we know him as like really strict, a really hard mayor here, but he has one word when he wants to like don't want these bad things happening in his city. He will make actions, and when he run for president, um we don't want people. He don't want to run, but the people in Davao and also in the Manila in because Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So in the northern part of the Philippines, majority of the Filipinos really want to change because drugs in the Philippines is really spreading on that time, and the other politicians really, they're protecting big syndicate, but our mayor, when he runs, he told everyone that when he will win, he will do his best to clean this mess because there's a lot of cases like there's an addict of these drugs, and then an infant has been raped because of this drug addict. So it's really not good. So that's why he did something, and then yeah, I support also him to run for president, and then I did some videos. Even there's a lot of artists in the Philippines made a video, and yeah, I'm the only one who did, not the one, but one who made a beatbox video like supporting him. Yeah.
And do you think that it's important for beatboxers and people that have some fame and notoriety to go and speak out on things when they have a feeling that it should be the other way? How important do you think that is, and especially this time and age of people with certain things going world, to go and speak out on things they believe in and use their voice to be heard instead of just being the entertainer?
Yeah, because when I was starting beatboxing, the city hall of Davao, the city hall is the one who helped me to like support in like going to Asia's Got Talent and financial. So it's a good thing for me to like support them in on my own way. So yeah, so I just use the art of thing like to make music and to support them as the candidate. Yeah, just that's it. I just am returning um what they did for me to support me on my journey. So yeah.
Well, again, you're doing a good job representing your country, and it's something that they must be proud to be country and around the world, because you're a good representation. And it's always nice to see someone who has their head on their shoulders, pushing the art form, but getting recognition and representing their country well. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for them. And I was gonna say, how important was it for you in France, and when you got to meet Wawad and you got to go and meet Rhythmind, and then you meet Collapse and you meet BMG, and just because you have a big respect for the French community, and you said your hero, for one of your idols, is meeting Alem.
Yeah.
How was it for you when you started meeting some of these really big name beatboxers, and you had the opportunity because you were doing that tourism show in France, and you met
Yeah.
them then. So how big was it for you to go and meet some of the big name all star quote unquote beatboxers from Europe and France specifically?
Yeah. For me, it's really a big thing for me as a beatboxer because I always watch them on YouTube, and then when we went to France on 2016, I messaged Wawa that on Instagram. I, d- I don't hope that he will reply on me because there's a lot of like personal message, but he recognized me, and then I'm in Paris, and that time they are also in Paris. Even Wawad is from the other city of France. So yeah, they have a chance to meet me with Ritmind. And when I get back, I've been to the other city. I met Collapse, BMG, and yeah, there's a lot also. I'm so happy, bro, because you know, even I have this big name beatbox scene on YouTube. For me, I'm still me, still Neil that idolize these beatboxers. So yeah, I'm I'm so happy. I can't believe it because I meet these people, this beatboxer, well-known beatboxer, and also when they went here in Davao, Peponi, the Swiss beatbox on Philippine beatbox battle, I'm so happy. I'm really really so happy. I can't believe it, especially Alam.
Yes, I was gonna say you got to go and do a video with them. You exchanged shirts for your companies, and you got
Yeah.
to go and do videos with him, trading languages. You taught him some things about how to speak, and he taught you some French. And you end up going and having that at the championships in 2019 with Dilo, Shazam, Peponi, Sinjo, and Alem. You get to be on the judging panel. So was there like that feeling of being able to go and you have your performance career that's going on, and there's this beatbox world that you said you still look up to your idols. That crossover came when you got to go and actually go and sit on a panel with them and judge and do showcase, and they got to watch you and you got to just hang out with them. Things of like work hard enough until your idols are your peers. So that feeling in the beatbox world and getting your shoutouts on SBX when you started getting your shoutouts and performing and actually being featured on it, like that must have been such an experience for you because you had the Asia's Got Talent success and you're performing and you're doing all that, but there's this world of the online community for beatboxers that now you got featured on and you got to go and talk to them. How much of a how much did that mean to you personally when you got to go and sit with LM and meet him and talk to him and show him around your country and show him around your town specifically?
It really means a lot because when I went to France last 2017, I went to Lyon. That is the city of Alem. But unfortunately, we had a chat at Alem on Instagram that I'm here in Lyon and I want to meet you, bro, because you're really my idol. And then he told me, "Oh no, bro, I'm here in the other city because it's a vacation with my girlfriend and family." So for me, I feel like so sad because this is the chance to meet him, but I missed the chance. So he told me, bro, there's a lot of time. Maybe soon I can go to your country and like that. And yeah, when last year they really went with the and the team, SBX team and Dilo. So I'm so happy. And of course, now the same feeling, bro. I talked to the best host in Swissbeatbox. Yeah, I really feel I can't believe it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And again, it's just such I love our scene, and I love seeing people succeed, and it's such a nice feeling when you get to meet people that you've been watching for years and talk to them face to face and get to go and do it. It's I don't know, I just love it. Thanks, Maddox. But I was gonna say too, you've always collaborated with people, not only people that are like your cousins or newer beatbox. You've always started collaborating with people in performances with dancers and with bongo drum players, guitarists, singers. You've had so many different examples of that where you've done. Let me see here. A few of the ones that stuck out to me, where you did most recently. You had what was that called? Sorry, got to go over on that side. There we go. You had like 3 videos in a row where you were going with a singer, Jonah Sukita,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
she's from The Voice Teen, and so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you did like 5 videos with her, and they are all really awesome. And then you did a bunch of videos with all the performers that were on the Got Talent show. When you were there, you actually got the opportunity to go and sit down with like
Yeah,
Fang
the
E,
backstage.
Angela, Jilly, Urban Crew, Sacred Rihanna. You had Adam Crew, Sobe Shaker.
Yeah.
I'm saying all these names terribly wrong. I'm sorry if that's the case. But
It's
DMX,
great.
Convelis, all these dancers. But you've always been working with them, and even working with the guy similar to the project that I do, where you're working with the violinist, Jeff.
Yeah.
But seeing that,
Jake.
I love seeing beatboxers collab with other people and showing that the crossover between the two. What is it that has kept you on the ball there and trying to go and perform with other people? And you're still doing solo beatboxing, you're doing loop station, but what is it to go in and putting out collaborations, whether it's live, where that one video where you're like live in Japan and you have a singer, a bongo drum, another guitarist, some dancers in the background, but this huge production. What always pushes you to go and collaborate with people?
Because I really think that beatbox really can collaborate to everything. That's what I've said, like on singing, on different instrument, because we are the beat. So every time they have the chords, the singing, especially the violin, we can get into them. So it's like coffee. We are the sugar or the creamer. So when it blends, it's really tastes good. So just like that, it's really good to feel that you can collaborate to other artists and you can share together your talent and you can inspire people using your talents. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, bro.
And how do you find these people that you want to collaborate with? Do you usually might meet them at a show, or do they comment and reach out to you on a video and say, "Hey, I'd love to do something with you," and you start talking?
Yeah, some of them are shows, and I was thinking we can collaborate and we can like make a video so we can show it to the people. Yeah, and they're really go into it. So there's no problem for them. So yeah, I just meet them on a show, and some of our clients really hire them and hire me, and then they want us to collaborate on the like finale part. So that's like the flow of the program, and because of that, because of our talent, we like meet each other and we traveled a lot. So yeah, it's really good to feel that way.
Absolutely, man. It's nice when again the shoutouts or working with people is it's so much fun because you have the opportunity to go and see what their art form brings, and then you have your art form, and putting them together, you make something very special. And your own videos that you've been doing again since 2010, where you started putting out your solo videos and started up putting stuff on YouTube. What makes you seem to like keep your ear to the ground and you really understand and listen to what the trends are, and you can be like, oh, I know that that's going in. I know that you did something like what was it? You did what was it there? You did all sorts of videos where it'd be like Closer by the Chainsmokers, which was a huge song, and you knew that that was very popular, so you did that. And then you did even stuff like Old Town Road, doing Drop the Shades trumpets, doing the Godzilla cover, doing old Taki Taki McGinty, like doing all these different videos, and even doing something like Baby Shark and stuff, because the kids did it for your fans, and you actually went out there and did that video. Like, do you just obviously do you always try to like think of when you hear a song how to go and cover it, or do you try to see what's very popular and you're like, okay, if I can do that like that, then maybe the kids that are watching will like it as well, like your fans will like you covering that song?
Yeah, because at first when I start beatboxing, that's my thing. Like what I hear, I want to like copy it, just like what we did before. We do the old school, and yeah, these days there's a lot of new sounds, new music, new songs. So yeah, um, I really did my best to like do that. And really not 100% I can do because some of my followers and fans really like to do it, especially in the Philippines. We some of the teenagers really into K-pop, Korean pop music.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of groups, and they're always, asking for this. So yeah, I do my best to like perform also this, and some of new songs are in TikTok. Yeah, so maybe short a clip. So yeah, TikTok is really trending now. So yeah, some of the music and TikTok songs I practice, and just like what I did in the latest shout out, the drop the shades, the banana konkara banana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I just collect the creative side of myself, like how I want to do this here, this beat here, 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 and also I'm inspired with Wawad. They are always doing this, like multiple screen and mixing voices, and also Darnie. Yeah, big shout out to Tom Tom. Yeah, I'm inspired. I'm a follower. I'm a fan.
Absolutely. Same same here. Everybody you just mentioned are phenomenal at what they I love seeing them doing great work, and it's something that you can always look up to other people and have that inspiration. And are there any things that you can say, collaborations that you are thinking of working on? Are there any people that you'd like to work with, whether in the Philippines or worldwide? Is there someone that you're like, oh, I'd really like to work with that artist or that singer or that beatboxer?
One of my like my biggest dream, not really biggest dream, I want to like be part of, maybe Philippine movie or Hollywood movie, just like a short scene that I will do a beatbox, maybe not like, the starring actor, or yeah, maybe just a short. It's really if you see yourself on a big screen, like a movie, and yeah, collaborating with artists, especially on Swissbeatbox. I want like when if there's a chance that I will go to GBB, I will make a video like collaboration with some famous beatboxer, especially you, Maddox, and everyone. Yeah. So in artists, maybe singers. Yeah, I'm really going to it because I really want to inspire people, and especially I want also them, my fans, to recognize you. Maybe some of them don't know Sweet Beatbox, so when I collaborate with you guys, I can address them to our channel. Yeah, really a good thing.
And is there anybody in the Philippines that you'd like to work with? Because there's somebody that you're sitting there like, oh, that person's either someone who's classic and someone that people would know, or is there somebody new that's coming in that you're like, oh, I'd really like to go and work with this person as well, to go and beatbox with them and give an opportunity for their fans to see you and you fans to see them as well?
Yeah, maybe some of the artists here, I can collaborate with them, but I cannot name it exactly, because
Mm.
some of here are really going to like um dramas. We love dramas here, like movies, like prime time movies, a series. But there's also here singers. There's a lot of singers. Yeah, maybe if there's a chance, why not? I can. I'm always going to it. I was ready.
Always ready to do it. I like it. And speaking of the Philippines, can you kind of describe how the current scene is? What is happening in the current scene? Because I know you last time the Philippine champs, you were co-organizing it with Ting Yup, and
Yeah,
that runs
shout
your
out
own
to Ting.
YouTube channel. Yeah, big shout outs. But what was happening in the Philippine scene? Are there up and coming beatboxers that you say are really doing well? Are there people that you are saying that are really pushing the scene now in the Philippines aside from you?
Yeah, there's a lot of like newbies, like aspiring beatboxers. I am so amazed because they are really getting improving. They're improving their styles in different ways. And also when the Swissbeatbox went here in the Philippines, they have sounds that people only like, wow, we don't hear that on Swissbeatbox. So for me, it's really amazing that these kids, this aspiring beatboxers, really practicing because they also really want to get to join on Swiss Beatbox on Grand Beatbox Battle. So yeah, maybe we are inspired with the Western style, but we always encourage them to like do a like original and unique sounds because when you have given a chance to go there and and you will face your idol or the one that you really idolize, you got stunned. So you need to like practice more. And I'm also a big fan of Filipino beatboxers because they sometimes I feel jealous because they can create this with this young age. What? At my time, I can. The evolution of beatbox is really amazing. So for me, on the positive side, I'm proud. I'm so happy because they're really honing their passion, and it's really a good thing for them to start. And it's not impossible because we don't really expect that Swiss Beatbox will come here in the Philippines. Yeah. So big shout out also to Beatbox All Stars for like doing this thing, and to Ting Yap, the founder. Thanks, bro. We are doing our best to reach these beatboxers in the Philippines to inspire them to, even in this pandemic period, practice your beatbox because when the time comes, it gets normal, you're really good now. Yeah.
And is there a style, a certain style in the Philippines that you think is unique to the Philippines itself, or a sound? What do you think about that?
Yeah. Technical side, there's a lot like just like going up the build up and then the inward bass, the like the vortex sound and the technical also. But yeah, we're hoping that they will hone that style and make something unique so that they can conquer the stage every time they go on the stage. Especially when we saw Alam and Dilo perform their showcase, we told them, you see how they perform on stage. It's really powerful. So we need to practice hard so we can experience the TBB stage and we can meet the most best host of all time, Scott Jackson. Yeah, Maddox.
I'd love to introduce some more people from the Philippines and get the opportunity. I'd love to see that. Is there anybody that you think is the one of the up and comers? Not just one, but is there a few Filipino beatboxers that are up and coming, and you think, wow, like that this kid has a future?
Yeah, there's a lot. I can name, but yeah, maybe the current champion, Roxer Beat. This technique that is really technical. He can do some techniques that it's on musical and on the flow with the metronome and the build up, and also the Vinci, the young beatboxer that is featured on SBX also, the Cyberus, the musical beatboxer from Luzon. In our community here in Mindanao, there's a lot like a Level Kenny, Arkham, with Harvey. There's a lot of them, so they need to practice a lot because when I observe them on stage, they got nervous every time they face their opponent. So yeah, we always also teach them to have a good attitude on stage, not bad attitude. Like be friendly on stage also because the other viewers may misinterpret what you're doing. So yeah, so there's a lot of like beatboxer here, but maybe they're shy. I can't remember some of the names, but yeah, there's a lot, bro.
Well, I mean, that's a good list already, and there's always a huge community, so it's hard to go and remember everybody off the top of your head when you're asked on the spot. But shout outs to all the Filipino beatboxers that are growing up and building this community. Big shout outs to you. Big shout outs to everybody that's pushing that scene, because I love seeing scenes grow and prosper. So it's awesome of you to be a part of it and to have helped start it up for a lot of people that were starting. That's good to see. And hopefully, maybe in the future, we'll see some at the Grand Beatbox Battle. All right. I want to go into a section right now that's called rapid fire questions. All right. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I'm going to ask you just to go and answer them as quickly as you can. So not trying to think too much. Okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, right here on Beyond the Beats, live, episode 11. Neil's going to be answering some questions. They are going to be rapid fire. We're going to ask a few rapid fire questions right here. So let's try this right now. Beyond the Beats with Neil. Rapid fire. First question. Favorite beatboxer solo?
Alan.
Favorite looper?
Saro.
Favorite tag team?
Unit team.
Favorite basketball player?
James Harden.
Favorite basketball team?
Raptors.
Big shouts to Raptors. Favorite Filipino food?
Adobo. It's a chicken.
I know of this. Favorite Starbucks drink?
Cappuccino.
Hardest part of a triathlon?
The running.
How many sounds do you think you could put into a routine now?
I don't know, maybe 11 or 12. I don't know.
Are you ever going to go and try out for another talent show again?
Yes, maybe when I am ready. When I'm ready.
What country do you most want to go to next to perform?
What's that again? Sorry.
What country do you want to perform in? Only one. What is your most you want to perform in the most right now?
The United States.
Last question. Let me see. Esh. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was rapid fire. Thank you very much for asking that and answering my questions rapid firely. All right. People have been sitting in the chat room. We've been talking for a while. We have some questions that are going to be coming in from the chat that they want to go and ask you. But before that, I had talked to Paponi before this, and
my friend Paponi
has a few questions for you.
My friend Paponi
Wants to go and ask you a few things.
My friend Paponi
Wants to know a few things from you.
My friend Paponi.
We're going to get to the questions that he has right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, this section of Beyond the Beats is called Questions from
my friend Paponi. My friend Paponi. My friend Paponi.
First question that he has for you is, you have your own hair pomade line, God's Grip, all natural, it's water-based. And what made you make this company? Why did you become a business entrepreneur? And why did you decide to make a hair product?
Before really, I really into styling hair, and my friend who is really brewing a pomade. He has a pomade brand. He chatted me on Instagram. He told me that, hey Neil, we are schoolmates in Holy Cross. I want you to be like the influencer of my product, so we can meet and discuss. So when we meet on a coffee shop here in Davao, I asked him. We talk about his business, and then I asked him, can I also a pomade brand, bro? Because it's really one of my like to have a pomade brand. Yes, we can do that. Maybe I will be a brewer and you have a brand. And yeah, we made the brand, and we discussed what I want, three kinds of pomade. And yeah, when the Swissbeatbox, I heard what's coming, I told my friend, we need to push this because I want to give this to my idol Alem, to Peponi, to Dilo, to Shazam, to Zinjo. Yeah, so then before the Swissbeatbox came, we finished the product, and The logo, it is designed by also the beatboxer in the Philippines. He's the Level Kenny. Um, we made it, and when the Swissbeatbox come, I gave it to them. And now, because of the pandemic, some of the production are like postponed, but I have plans for it to pursue because it's really good. It's really good, bro. Maybe I can bring it and give you also a sample for this.
I would love to go and try it out because it looks good. And he wants to also know. He says that what he has used it, Paponi uses it at home in Switzerland,
Yeah.
and when he goes around, he says that he loves to use it because it's a great product. So, is it still available? Is there any online that people can buy and support that?
Yeah, there's a Facebook page on my pomade. It's God's Grip hair pomade by Neil Llanes. So they can search God's Grip hair pomade, and on Instagram they can also God's Grip hair pomade. So yeah, they can search it. It's all natural. It's like, yeah, it's organic. It smells good. It's really good, bro. And I'm using it now. This is
Hey
the
now,
uh, medium hold.
you
Medium
guys,
size.
ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are looking for hair pomade, make sure you guys check out God's Grip. And I could use some right now because my hair is horrible. I haven't got a haircut for months and months and months. So I need to go and get some of that for myself. Now, next up for
Thanks,
a
bro.
question from
My friend Papuni.
my friend Pony has a question for you. He says you've also invested in a few restaurants, one like Dane and Gav Cafe,
Yeah,
and when you were in
Dane
the
and Dave.
city, Dane
Yeah,
and
Dane
Gav.
and Dave. Yeah.
So we ask you, you have this pomade line. You've invested into some restaurants. What made you invest in this restaurant? And besides beatboxing, what else do you have in your plans as far as being an entrepreneur and business wise?
Yeah. Regarding about this restaurant, some of the owners here are my friends, and they encourage me to like be part of this because I am an influencer in our city. So also, it's one of my dreams to have a restaurant. So I'm one of the part owner, and the Danon gave it's the name of the children of our CEO. So um, I've been part of this restaurant, and when the Swiss Beatbox came here, I introduced this to them, and I sponsored this, and they taste the Filipino food, and they really like the food. And yeah, also in the future, I want to become like businessman, maybe small business first, and then gradually going to a big business. I will yeah, you know practice the how to run a business first, especially now it's pandemic, so we need to like we don't know when will this be over. So I need to like to study first how to generate business here in the Philippines in our city first. Yeah. So I'm excited to like do beatbox and business because it's my course that I finished, the degree that I finished. It's time. I think it's time to use this.
Maybe you'll end up having a restaurant called Neil's Place, and it'll be like Dougie Fresh's restaurant that he has when he was down in New York, and he has his own restaurant, which is awesome. So maybe up
Yeah.
next you'll see one of those.
Yeah. There's nothing impossible.
It's impossible. But another question from
My friend Papuni.
he's gonna go and ask you, and again, that's
My friend Papuni.
my friend Paponi wants to go and know basketball league. So you're pretty good
Yeah.
at basketball, man. Don't say that you're not good at basketball, but you do all these sports. Why is it that you feel that that's so important to be active, and how does this affect your beatboxing?
Yeah, because doing sport, doing activities really helps you to like maintain your physique. And yeah, I when I start doing triathlon, there's a lot of training that you can practice your endurance. And after that, when I practice that, joining triathlon, I have one event. Um, when I perform, it's really different to my previous event when I didn't uh, use triathlon. So the breathing, it's really good because it develops when I practice train in swimming, uh, in running, in biking. So yeah, it's really a good thing not only for beatboxing but also to yourself. It's really there's a benefit, bro.
100%, I agree with you. It's good to stay in shape, stay fit, make sure that you stay healthy out there because health is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Neil's advice. And another question from
My friend Papuni. My friend Papuni. My friend Papuni.
He says, in the opening ceremony of the Beatbox All Stars when you were at the Philippine Champs, he says that he noticed that there was an opening ceremony where a prayer was done in the speakers that was pre-recorded for everyone to stay safe and healthy. What was the meaning behind this pre-recorded ceremony and prayer?
Okay. It's a tradition here in the Philippines. Like we play that because there's a prayer that it's because here in Mindanao, I think the one that is mentioned by Pony is from the we call this um ancestors here in Mindanao. So we have these tribes, like we have as respect for this here, we play that music and video.
So
Is that
that's what you.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
No. I think that's what he meant because I was not there, so I'm not exactly sure. But I think that's what he meant. That answered the question. But ladies and gentlemen, no need to be sorry. Those were answers from
My friend Papuni.
questions that he had for Neil right here. So thank you very much, Neil. Right now, we're gonna get into a few more questions from our audience because the audience have been sitting back watching the interview the entire time. So audience, make some noise. Yes. They got a few questions for you. And these are questions that our good friend Maddox. Bake it up. Give it up for Maddox as well. He's the man behind the scenes running this. So big up Maddox. Maddox just put out a bunch of new videos as well. So make sure you guys check those out. But questions from the crowd. He says, let me see here. What is your favorite part in traveling?
Okay. The favorite part in traveling is to have this in our travel we have this itinerary that on this day we're going to have a rest and on the remaining days we have a show, the work. So the most important part is to have a city tour because
Okay.
I can see the beautiful country of this country, the places. So yeah, that's the most important part of the tour of
All right.
traveling.
So favorite part is to go and see the tour, see the country, experience it. Another question from the crowd. Ash, what is your favorite sound?
Okay, there's a lot, but I need to choose one. Sound. It means a singular form. So I think
Singular
it's
sound, yes.
the baseline throat bass. Yeah, because this sound, especially when I did the ladies and gentlemen, when I dropped this part, I got the crowd's attention, and the emotion will switch, and yeah, I'm getting have a connection with them by dropping this sound.
So they're going to be talking about throat bass is his favorite singular sound in beatboxing. Another question from our crowd. Ash, they're going to go and ask you, how do you keep your haircut so fresh in quarantine?
Wow. I cut my own hair every time because my hair is really not perfect. There's wavy. So I cutting my own hair when the quarantine comes. So yeah, keep it fresh, especially now facing one of the most in the world, Scott Jackson and Maddox.
So he does it himself, ladies and gentlemen. And the last question from the crowd that we'll be asking is, would you choose Mang in Inasal or Jollibee? Choose one
Oh,
restaurant.
it's a fast food here in the Philippines. So I think the one that is questioning this one is Filipino. So yeah, I will choose Jollibee because
Jollibee.
it's my childhood favorite. Yeah,
We
Jollibee.
actually have those in Canada now as well. They just
Yeah.
brought them into Canada. Yeah, in Toronto.
Did you try it? Jollibee?
I have not gone yet, but I need to try because I've been told it's good. But I got a few Filipino friends. Shout out to Filipino friends out there. You guys have brought me a few places, and I've had some great food. So I'd maybe one day I'll end up in the Philippines, and I'll be able to go and try some stuff at your restaurant and some other restaurants, and try some of the
Bro,
amazing
you're
food you guys have.
always welcome. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, those are questions from the audience. We've been sitting back here talking for a long time, and I think what people have been asking throughout this entire time is they want to hear you beatbox. They want to go and hear a showcase from you, a sample of beatboxing. Make sure we drink water because drinking water is important. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Beyond the Beats, we're on episode 11, right here live. We got Neil Llanes coming at you live and direct. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Neil.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, right here, I say the 3, y'all say the 2 and the 1. Neil, it's on you. Show us what you got in 3. Beatbox.
This is beat box this is beat box s b x s b x. Let's go. Best b best best b best best b best best b. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Neil. Human people. Let's go. Old school. One, two. Okay. Fab sounds, fab sounds. Fine. Bring it back. Thank you. Yeah.
Ish. Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, showing why he's coming out here swinging, smashing up microphones around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Neil Llanes coming at you live and direct on Beyond the Beats, episode 11. Thank you for coming on, brother. It was a pleasure talking to you. And
honor, bro, to be introduced by Scott Jackson with his signature 3, 2, 1. Yeah, thank you so much.
Sir. Make some noise once again for Neil in 3. Man, that
Thanks,
was a pleasure
bro.
to talk to you. I had a great time learning about you. If can you tell the people where they can go and support you right now, where your social medias are, how they can get in contact with you if they want to get you for shows, how they can go and support your brand when it comes to the pomade line or any other restaurants that you're involved in? How can people can go and find you out and support you right now?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank everyone for having me here on Swissbeatbox. And if you want to follow me, you can search on YouTube Neil Llanes. So on Instagram, it's Neil Llanes _ human beatbox. And on pomade, you can also search on Instagram God's Grip Hair Pomade. And on Facebook also just my name. So yeah, on YouTube you can go to the description. You can find where to email when you have inquiries or booking on an event. So yeah, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you for
so
coming
much.
on. And is there anything else you want to say before we end this off?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say again and again, thank you so much, Swiss Beatbox. Until now, it's almost 5 a.m. now here in the Philippines, but I can't feel I I don't feel sleepy because I'm still on hype. The adrenaline is there because it's the dream come true to be here on Swiss Beatbox, recognized by the team. And before it's just a dream, but now it's coming to reality. So yeah, one of my advice to the upcoming aspiring beatboxers, keep on doing what you love, beatbox, and soon you will be recognized also by the Swiss Beatbox. Continue what you love. Yeah, always help your parents, your families. Do this not only for yourself but to everyone. And stay safe. Thank you so much, Swiss Beatbox. Thank you so much. Yeah, peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just had a talk once again, episode 11. Neil Llanes, you came up here. We gave a lot of information. You talked about your life. I appreciate how far you've come, man. You have a long way to go as well because you're going to keep on pushing it. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. Thank you for inspiring so many different beatboxers. Thank you for your showcase. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Beyond the Beats, episode 11, right here live, Swiss Beatbox YouTube channel. When this is all done, spread this video around. Leave it in the comments what you thought. Go ahead and leave a think. Give a thumbs up. Give a heart. Give a like. Go and tell us what you want to hear next. Who else do you want to hear us interview here on Beyond the Beats? And make sure that you subscribe to Swiss Beatbox. Esh. Give yourself one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Scott Jackson signing out. Thank you very much for having us. With that, we're going to go and say enjoy the rest of your morning, night, or evening, wherever you are. It doesn't matter. Enjoy your time. Try your best. Thank you for coming on, Neil. And I love how humble you are. I love your values. You're a great guy, man. And one day I can't wait to shake your hand and say hi to you. So that's Beyond the Beats, episode 11. Neil coming at you live and direct. With that, I'm going to say peace out, everybody. Beyond the Beats coming at you live. Esh.
Yeah.